Doza Fast Real Estate Services, Doza Real Estate Group in Cleveland, Ohio, in the car, talking real estate, whether it's commercial, residential, real estate development, property management. We we do it all, I guess, but, growing the business and still focusing on brokerage, but also trying to expand. I'm looking into refinancing my current portfolio of properties so that we can leverage that equity and cash to purchase other properties. So I'm sure investors out there are familiar with the BRRRR method, and that's what we're doing. I'm looking more to hold onto properties for rentals. It seems like at least now, and I mean over the last 15 to 20 years, rentals are always in demand, depending on the current housing situation. So, and the economy is so volatile right now, I think there's always going to be a place for rentals. You just have to make sure that you purchase a property at some sort of a deal. Now, deals are very hard to come by nowadays, but you really can't speculate that the property is going to, as an example, appreciate any much more than it is. You're really buying the cash flow of the property and any potential increase in that cash flow. So those margins are becoming thinner and thinner, but at the same time, over a long period of time, you're going to build equity and enjoy the cash flow to help pay down assets, and then you can leverage those assets again to purchase more property. So that's what I'm doing personally. And then on the brokerage side, continuing to try to get owners to sell their properties and then connecting them with the appropriate buyers and consulting on highest and best use for that property. We are currently listing retail properties, some bigger, some smaller. The bigger spaces, mostly working with grocers and grocery store type businesses to get in. We're talking, 10,000 to 20,000 square feet of retail space. But most retail space now, our small business owners really only want 1,000 square feet, maybe a little bit more, but not much. So if you're out in the retail space, leasing properties, that's what I would fashion my units to be for that 1,000 to 1,500 square foot range for most small businesses. And then having the flexibility, if you have a business that needs to expand into a bigger space, then you can take down a wall and just expand it. So, and then anything bigger than that, you're really taking a risk unless you have a really long lease with a tenant user that's going to be there for a long time and has a stable business. So, other news, we're currently trying to get some real estate development projects off the ground, some in the inner city of Cleveland, some in the suburbs, and everywhere in between, out of state, and just trying to make things happen. And definitely a long game when it comes to the business cycle. We've been working on our closest one to coming to fruition is a redevelopment of basically a block in Massillon, and I think we're approaching 2 years on that now. So, and some projects, starts and stops. So, what I've learned in the real estate development business is that you're going to have multiple projects going on it at the same time, and then it's a start and stop process where you're putting time in and then getting things moved to the next step, and then you might have to put that on the shelf for a little bit and then work on something else and then come back to it. And then as these start coming to fruition, and you can get to the next step in the real estate development process, then you just focus on that. So, but you have to have a lot going on. I think we have more than a dozen or maybe even more projects that we're looking at and we're trying to get off the ground. So, and then continuing to identify new projects so that we can put those in the pipeline. Most of those projects aren't going to happen, unfortunately, but you just keep trying to see what sticks to the wall, so to speak. Throw it up there and see what will get through. Sometimes it's a matter of funding, sometimes it's a matter of change in the economy, or change in the marketplace that causes something to, if you're working this long to put something together, the market can change dramatically in less than a year, as we all know. So heading to a meeting now to talk about a master plan for the development in the Chagrin-Lee retail district. So we'll see what people are thinking and some of the ideas that are going to come out to make an older retail office and mixed use district more compatible with the commercial market here. And so some of that includes providing easy access to parking, or easy public transportation access. But most people in Cleveland, Ohio, are driving their cars, so it's a matter of providing parking spaces for an area, and then easy walking distance from that parking to enjoy the businesses that are available in that retail district. So got the traffic counts, we've got the population, and it's basically a crossroads between the eastern suburbs and Cleveland. So people are traveling this way to go downtown, and also the people who live in these neighborhoods. There's quite a bit of traffic going from Cleveland, Shaker Heights, Cleveland Heights, and so forth from these areas. So we'll update you on that, and we're working diligently. I'm just learning as I go, but posting TikTok videos, mostly of my listings or anything that's going on within my business that the public may be interested in. We will put more videos out like this to hopefully give you value in education and just following our journey to see our mistakes and see how we hopefully can overcome them, and that you can avoid those mistakes and create a community around best practices when it comes to real estate, brokerage, development, property management, and everything in between. So with that, I will let you go. We will be doing this again soon, and you can get a hold of me directly, Mike Mendoza, at 440-941-3692, 440-941-3692, or DM me on Instagram at Mike Mendoza 216.